Today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
What's going on, guys? We're today's best music, Magic 89.9. My name is Ryan, and I'm joined by a really awesome band. Any names okay? What's up, guys? How's it going?
Hello.
Hello.
You're on mute,
Hello.
Renzo.
Yeah, Renzo, you're on mute.
Dang. Hello, guys.
We were literally just talking about NBA earlier, and you were like, "Oh, my Warriors." Tapos biglang mute pag start ng
na-mute.
interview. But yeah, Zoom stuff, I guess, Zoom difficulties. But let's get to my first question, and I guess I'm sorry in advance because I'm sure you get this all the time. But I mean, any names, alam niyo na, diba? Any names okay. I mean, if we translate that into Filipino, kahit anong pangalan, pwede na. Diba?
Yeah.
So was this
Tama,
literally how you came up with a name? Parang, oy, ano band name nyo? Tutugtog na kayo. And you're like, any names okay? Is that the story?
Oh, so
Hindi, sige. Kasi whenever we get this question in interviews, ako palagi sumasagot. So I'd like to
Okay.
give a chance to others, you know?
Oh, yeah. Miss Universe answer.
So,
Hindi ako pwedeng sumagot
Or
dun
si
kasi
Lada.
hindi ako naging part nung discussion nyo.
okay, sila.
Hi, si Lada.
Go,
Go,
Lada.
Lada.
Okay, so yung pinanganak ako, that's just for context. I mean, like that joke. We always planned on changing our answer every time someone asks that
yeah.
because you were right. It's a very common question. So we were just planning on changing our answer every time. But our actual answer was that we formed in a student organization in our school, UP. And it was a music org. So one of the requirements was to go through the application process by first forming a band with basically people that you don't know. So the first group I would say was me, Renzo, and Soph. I think we kind of formed together first. And then since Renzo knew Mike from church and Mike happened to be applying at the same time as us, we decided to take him in as well. And it came to the point where we needed to decide a band name because that's one of the things you need as a band. And
medyo importante nga yun.
Yeah. It actually is very important. Yeah. That's people's first impression of you. So ayun nga, it was like our band was supposed to be like just for the application process of the organization. We never expected it to continue like way past for years. So we just came up with kind of a patapon na name.
Yeah.
No, we had difficulty coming up with a name. So si Mike, our guitarist, just said, guys, any name is okay. And then, thinking that it's going to be a temporary thing, we just went along with it. Yeah, sure, any name's okay. Yeah, then no biggie. Like,
And then we didn't change it since.
Yeah, we haven't changed it since.
5 years later, we're still stuck with it. So
I mean, I don't know. It feels very on brand. I mean, talking to you guys now, your personality.
you.
It's very like, go with the flow. Si Sophia nga.
True.
Is that buko juice that you just got?
Hindi naman.
Pingi.
No, because I'm in Boracay right now. So
Wow.
so I'm just camping out in a cafe. So may padating na coffee. I'm with my friends.
Oh,
They're
coffee.
beside me.
Okay.
Coffee pero in a buko shell.
Pero baka mas on brand ka yung buko juice.
Oo
Next
nga,
time.
oo nga.
Next interview.
Okay, yeah, maybe next. I'm sure there'll be a next time. But yeah, I mean, you guys have have been together since college, and now I'm sure it's like post college, right? All of you guys have graduated already. Yes. Yes, I
Not
see
yet,
like
actually.
Lada's
Close.
like making a face.
Yeah, only one of us actually has graduated. Si Mike. So
Okay,
siya pa lang
okay.
actually. And the four of us, we're hopefully graduating in June.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
sabay coming up. But yeah.
Gets.
Yeah.
So as of now, you guys are doing like the music and studying, or do you also have jobs that you're doing also?
Yeah, I mean like some of us we've done like jobs here and there. Arvin has right now, like he's actually teaching music because he is a music
okay.
major. Like he has students. Some of them are like very young kids, learning drums for the first time. So you might guess how that goes sometimes.
Yeah.
Like how young kids. We did internships also, for for class, like kami na Sophia, Lada also applied for this, what's that called, like this program, right? So no, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, no,
You,
I did
used-
apply, but
all right, all right. But I mean,
Gets,
yeah,
gets.
it's kind of like studying plus the band plus other things. We have mga
Mm,
stuff that we do in our personal lives also. So yeah,
gets.
we're relatively busy, pero we make the time, I think.
Yeah, and your fans are glad for it. But I'm just curious, Arvin, you're a drum teacher. You're not like a
Yeah.
whiplash kind of teacher naman, diba? Not
No,
my
no,
tempo,
no.
ganun, no? Di naman.
And
Pakalbo ka na, Arvin.
Depende.
joke lang.
Kalbo ka na, Arvin.
Patayin ko sila ng upuan.
Do you let them listen to your music, though, Arvin? Your mga students mo?
Some kids, yeah. Meron naman. Pero hindi ko
Okay.
talaga binabring up.
Di ka proud sa atin.
Ayoko eh. Hindi, joke. Ayoko lang i-bring up.
But you should. You should bring it up. And I guess since we're talking about drums now, I want to ask about a certain song you guys have. Orasan. I don't know, the drums there, it's really, really interesting. I know it's slow, but when I hear it, I'm reminded of like UAAP. Like, gets diba? Na
Yung
parang ano
marching
siya.
band.
Yeah.
A march,
But like,
yeah.
like in an awesome way. I love the UAAP. So I mean, I just wanna ask about that. Like, how did you come up with that? Na parang marching band, because it's like a ballad, right? But you don't really associate ballads with marching band. So like, how did you come up with that?
Well, for me, kasi galing din ako sa marching band. So,
Okay.
parang, para lang maiba. Parang ganun. Parang, nirelate ko rin siya sa childhood ko na experience with the marching band. Yun lang naman.
Okay.
Aw,
Interesting.
cute.
Yeah. I think nakuha nyo naman. Like, that's the feel you get. Like, it feels like childhood again. Medyo senti. You love the vibes. But we're at the point right now where it feels like things are starting to be okay. Like, people can go out again. And I saw you guys have gigs again, right? You play. I mean, medyo small right now yung mga shows, diba? But what's that like? Finally, you have an audience again. How does that feel?
Ooh,
It
what about
feels
you, So?
great. Like, honestly, I don't know if it's the same for.
Every gig
Well, I
exciting.
hope it's the same for my bandmates. Yeah, I mean, I think kami ni Arvin, I also went to some of Arvin's other gigs, and I think we were talking about it recently, and we really missed the gig scene. Like, being able to play. Ayun nga, you mentioned he had a gig recently in Social House with our friends, like of Mercury. Thank you po. Sorry, namatay yung kape ko. Anyway, so we've had the gig nga with of Mercury, Isang and Muni Muni, and
Mm-mm.
I mean, our own set was really fun. We didn't expect that a lot of people were gonna go to see us. Parang we were just happy to play the gig, and like,
Yeah.
if anybody remembers our songs from like 2 years ago, then that would be great. But we had no expectations. But the crowd was so welcoming, and it was nice to be excited about performing again. And iba talaga, like, kasi I think our experience is back in 2019. We were gigging like at least twice a week.
Right.
So going from that to 0 gigs for 2 years, I think it's really like the withdrawal. I personally, like, I felt like I had
Yeah.
withdrawal symptoms or something. I was really craving to perform again. And so yeah, then especially also watching these other musicians that we love and respect so much, like seeing them in the flesh again, na hindi lang sa Spotify or hindi lang sa earphones. Parang, parang nakaka-inlove ulit na to, be in the music scene. So yeah, we really want to play more games. We're looking forward to bigger ones. So yeah.
Yeah, understandable. And I really resonated with what you said. No, like withdrawal. Like, you had like, I guess, like crowd withdrawal. I feel it because I'm also a host,
Yes.
and like I also like hosted for the first
Right.
time in 2 years, like really recently. So it's such a great feeling. But like, I want to ask about that time during COVID when you didn't have any gigs. Were you guys still doing online stuff? Yes, like
Yeah,
online gigs.
We were still doing online stuff, but you can attest, like, it's not the same, right?
Yeah. No.
It's because we have to, because it's a completely different process. Like doing the live stuff. Kunyari, like when Soph was performing, let's say it's something like Orasan, like you brought up kanina, and then like in the chorus, people are singing along. You don't get
Yeah,
that in
yeah.
the live setting. And then like when
Exactly.
we record, kasi for the online gigs, we have like somebody starts, kunyari, Arvin starts, he lays the drum down with like a metronome, and it gets passed on to the next one, to the next one. So it kind of feels like you're a little bit detached from the process. You kind of just like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my part, and then we'll parang let somebody else finish it, and then we'll ship it off to whatever organization is gonna play
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
online stuff. So it's different. It's really different. Kaya like I agree also like that with withdrawal
Withdrawal. Yeah.
symptoms.
Uh,
It was real, and but I think all of us kind of got like super excited when we played their first show. Parang we were like, oh, tara guys, let's go. And we were all jumping around. We were all like, yeah, let's do it. And then after that, we were like exhausted.
gets. Okay. But that's really interesting that during this time when you did have like these withdrawal symptoms, like you were doing online stuff, you're also able to shoot a music video, right? Like Yugto was peak Omicron when everyone else was panicking and like, oh no, but am I gonna catch COVID? And you guys were like, okay, we'll shoot a music video. So like, how did that happen, guys?
Yeah, exactly. That's a nice question. Parang because nga of that surge, like we purposefully had to shoot it away from Metro Manila because
Right.
it was like in a beach in Zambales. We were lucky na our director knew a friend, also actually from the gig scene,
Okay.
the drummer of O Flamingo. And they have a beach house down there in Zambales,
Oh.
and we got to film there. Kaya para we got to avoid that surge and at least keep everyone relatively safe kasi whenever we do something, especially during the height of that, we had to test like very regularly before seeing each other. Kaya it was
Yeah.
so difficult, and now we the restrictions are a lot less, and parang we're looking forward also to those next projects that we're gonna do. Kasi yeah, like the music video stuff, we have one also in the pipeline that we're gonna do, and then I think we're gonna be a little bit more hands on with that just because like things are starting to loosen up. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, I'm sure your fans are very, very excited for that also. But I saw on your social media you've been hyping this thing that I don't know what it is, but like it's supposed to release today. Yes. Have
Oh
you
yeah,
released it?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes, yes, yes.
it's out. Yeah, it's
Okay,
out.
it's out. It's out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you guys want to talk about it because I haven't
Yeah,
seen it yet.
sure.
Yeah.
It's yeah, so today we released a new single. So as in midnight today. So
Okay.
kanina.
Okay, kanina
We
lang.
released a new single. And I guess in our new era, like we call it our new era.
Ooh,
Kasi
the post-COVID era, ganun.
yeah, yeah. Or like
Okay.
the second EP era. It's the second song that we've released so far. And yeah, it's similar in mood to Yugto in the way that it's like
Mm-mm.
very romantic, ganon. It's called Discovery, by the way. I don't think
Discovery.
I said the title. So
Kasi ba nasa
the title of
Discovery
the song.
Boracay ka, Sophia?
Kaya talaga.
Actually, funny thing, when we released Yugto, which is our first single, I was also here in Boracay.
Okay.
So,
Island
I don't know
girl.
why.
Let's
Island mo na.
go.
Yun nga,
Yeah.
island vibes. Kung pwede lang talaga, dito na talaga. Di na ako uwi dyan, guys. Joke.
Yeah.
Pero, yeah, so the song's called Discovery. It's a love song. It's self-explanatory, the title. It's about discovering new things about the person or a person. So it released at midnight, and yun nga, in comparison to Yugto, it's very it's very romantic. I mean, Yugto is still a kind of a romancy type of song. But this one is more straight up, like this is a love song, and we wanted to, bring back that kilig feeling, like give a little excitement also to our listeners, and yun nga, like we wanted to, I think something that we always really like talk about when we write music is that we want to leave like a positive impact on people. And I think this is just one of those songs that is, I hope it's one of those songs that's really refreshing and
Yeah.
easy to listen to, very soothing. So yeah, I hope you guys watching listen to it. It's out on all streaming platforms. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, definitely. We'll check that out as soon. I'll check that out as soon as we're done with the interview. But it's interesting that it's about like love and all these things because that's something that I think your fans say when they listen to your songs. It's like I guess the word is like sana all, diba? It's like about being in love. Diba?
Mood.
It's I mean, I would say most of your songs are about being in love. The only song I could think of that's like not about that is All I Feel and See. And that's honestly
Oh,
one of my
yeah.
favorite songs of
Yeah.
yours.
Hey,
Because it's about like being a kid again. I don't know if I'm sure you guys wrote it. So
Yeah.
you feel that feeling now. Gusto ko parang 5 years old na ulit, diba? Parang kumakain ng pancit canton after school, like stuff like that. So I want to ask you about that line, diba? I wish I was still a kid when things were new and colored in. Like, how did you like? I don't know. As soon as I heard it, I was like, yes, this is exactly what I'm feeling. So, who came up with this line, and how did you come up with the line?
Hey, that's a great
Lorenzo.
question. That's a great question also. Oh yeah, that cause like when we were like coming up with, cause like the song, it was originally birthed like early on in the band's
Mm-mm.
like formation. It was because we were all starting off, we were all freshmen in college.
College.
It's kind of like, parang, where do we kind of go from here? It's kind of kasi diba, growing up, you kind of have like those feelings. And then I really also like that line kasi diba, parang I wish that I were still a kid when things were new and colored in. Like,
Mm-mm.
you know how in grade school, like literally, na parang whenever they ask you to color, like they're always like, hey, you color inside the lines.
Inside the
or
lines.
something.
Yeah, yeah.
Diba? And so parang it's always been that reflection of like, all I feel and see is that parang the crossroads of having to grow up, being like maturing, being an adult and going through all the responsibilities and still wanting that feeling nga na parang you're a kid tapos nagpapansit canton ka in the
Yeah,
afternoon.
yeah. Watching
Kakalabas-
MTV, diba?
Yeah,
MTV or
diba?
Mix pagkawe. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's such a nice feeling to have, but also like scary at the same time. Kaya
Yeah.
that song is also one of my favorites to play because it also has a nice bridge where we all like go
Exactly,
and
yeah,
go
yeah.
wild. Because that's kind of how life is also. Sometimes you kind of just wanna let things out, like release it, especially when we have to, face the music and grow up.
Yeah,
But
be an adult,
there-
essentially.
Diba?
Right?
Like
Yeah.
it's the adulting things. But of
Yeah.
course we can always like find that kid self
Mm-mm.
in all of us when going through some of the things that you used to like. Kunyari, you play some old video game that you used to play, or
Yeah, yeah.
you parang go back to some place. There's always that like reflection of your childhood, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that, and I'm honestly so excited to hear that song live. I hope that when I watch you guys next, you'll play it.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Awesome.
We'll shout you out before it.
Of course, yeah. I would love that. I would love that. So I'm down to my last question here, guys. And it's like since we talked about school, why don't we fill in the blanks? Okay. And siguro I can get an answer from each of you. I want people to blank to my music. Interesting.
Oh, that's interesting. Lada, what about you?
Well, I think medyo recency because we just talked about All I Feel and See, but
Mm-mm.
I think I would want people to fall asleep to our music.
Wow. Really
Like,
interesting.
Not in a negative way. Na
Yeah,
parang
yeah, yeah. I get what you
boring.
mean.
But
It's like a lullaby almost.
Yeah, exactly. Comforting. That's what I'm going for. So the songs that we talked earlier, Orasan, All I Feel and See. We have another
Discovery
song coming up. That's,
Oh, yeah.
Diba?
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, people falling asleep to our music. I wouldn't mind it. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think I have a nice answer for that.
Oh.
I-
so yung kay Lado hindi nice.
No,
Why?
another nice.
Yeah, yeah,
Ren-
yeah.
Maybe.
Renzo's
Bye.
always trying to one up me, man.
No.
Ever since grade school, I
No,
swear.
ever since high school. I'm just kidding. No, I love that. No, I love that answer. But I think this one's another one we've been talking about, especially for the new stuff. Like, I want people to grow up with our
Yeah.
music.
Grabe, yeah.
Like, that's something, kasi one of our favorite bands, kami ni Soph, it's The Main. I don't know if you're familiar.
Oh, yeah,
it's
of
like, it's
course,
from one of
yeah.
those, like, the pop punk days, right?
Oh.
And then so, parang, like, the all-time low Fall Out Boy stuff.
Mm-mm.
And then so, parang over time, we realized, like, wait, they're not even, like, technically pop punk anymore. Their music evolved, their music changed. And that's why they have, like, still one of the stronger fan bases from that time.
For sure, yeah.
And so, I think that's something that we always, like, we always want to strive for, na we want to evolve our music with our listeners also. Kasi if we're forever going to be like, oh, we're just like the happy-go-lucky, really young kids, and parang it's not gonna be the same because the people that who are listening to us, they're also gonna grow up. Okay, we want to introduce her new like types of stories, new types of like feelings, and yeah, I think that's mine.
I love that. Okay. Arvin, maybe you can go next.
Well, simple lang as in enjoy. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Simple
Yeah,
yet
simple, yeah.
beautiful. I love that. Okay, Sophia.
Sorry, I got disconnected. What's the question?
Okay, I'll fill in the blanks. I want people to blank to my music.
Okay. I think the word for me is I want people to be excited to be alive. Like
Okay.
that's and you mentioned earlier na parang people tend to think about romance when they listen to our songs, but I was
Yeah.
surprised to hear that because I don't think we ever go into writing saying like this is a love song. Because I think oh at least personally for me, like I don't write a lot of romance songs in general. Like there are a couple on our old EP and on the new one as well. But I think I personally really enjoy our songs like The Sun and Vivid, which are more about like friendship and chasing your dreams and like taking leaps of faith, things like that. Even All I Feel and See or A Sun, spending time with the people that you love, family, friends. So I think in general, our music or what we really try to do with our music is to remind people of the goodness in life as well. Because there are a lot of songs that are about the hard things, and I love those songs. Like I love the lyricism of those songs and like the mood. But I think it's very easy. It's much easier to remember those hard things than it is to remember the good things.
The good
So I
times,
think
yeah.
personally when I write, like I want people to be inspired na okay, gigising ako bukas and like that's a good thing. Parang ganun. So or like gigising ako bukas and at least that's not the worst thing ever. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I just want people to be excited and inspired when they listen to us.
Okay, I love that, and I'm sure your songs do give off that vibe. But Any Name's okay. Thank you so much for making the time today, especially Sophia, all the way in Boracay. I know you'd rather be like on a banana boat right now, but you're here.
No, of course
here with
not.
us
I'm
today.
very happy talking to you guys with my coffee.
Yeah,
Good
and
time.
shout out to Magic. Like we've been hearing from some listeners that they've heard Yugto a lot on the
Yeah,
the
thank
show.
you for
Like,
playing
we're-
it.
yeah,
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. Super.
Yeah, we love that song, and hopefully we can get your new song, Discovery, not Boracay, Discovery. As well, you just released it, so
It's
hopefully
not
we can get it.
sponsored.
Not sponsored, not sponsored. Hopefully we can get it as soon as we can. But their name is Any Name's Okay. My name is Ryan Rosella, and we are today's best music, Magic 89.9.